What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This is my album review video for April 2025. This is the first one I've ever made, so we're going to get better at this. We're going to be doing this a whole lot more. I'm thinking I'm going to do it month by month. That's how I'm going to start it off, at least. I might do some albums separately, but we'll see how it goes. To start off, I'm going to do it month by month, and I thought of doing it on a scale rating like A to F or S to F, even a 1 through 10 scale, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I just don't want anyone to have a skewed opinion on their first listen on these albums. So I'm not going to rate anything. I'm just going to give my opinion in words, really. I also pick and choose who I listen to. I'll only really listen to an artist if I'm intrigued by them, or if they're gaining popularity and I want to see what the hype is all about. I'm not going to listen to anyone I don't really know too well, unless they're suggested to me that I should listen to them. If it's a put on, I love a good put on. So let me know. I don't know about others, but from personal experience, my first listen on albums is normally the worst, and then the more you listen to it, the more familiar you get, the more you like the album. But for a lot of these, I only listen to once, so we'll see if I come back to them or not. I think a couple of them I will, but I'll let you know. One more thing I want to mention before diving in here is that I only am going over the albums that I listen to fully. I don't do any half listens. I don't think it's right to review an album and you didn't listen to it fully. You got to get the full experience. You gotta go from front to back, top to bottom, and listen to the whole thing before you give a true rating on it. There's only a couple albums. I think I picked 6 of them for this month that I listened to. So let's get into it. First up, I have Ray Vaughn and his album The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu. Now, I think this was a really good album. I mean, this is a new TDE artist, and I think he fits TDE perfectly. But I definitely suggest you guys listen to this album. He's one of the next up rappers, I'd say. And he's got good bars, and he's rapping on a good beat. I don't know if y'all are familiar with TDE, but most of the rappers are good raps on a hard hitting beat. So, that's what I'm into. So I added a lot of songs off of this album. I think he's one of the next up rappers. Next up on my list, I have a new album by Sir. It's Heavy Deluxe. It's called The Light. There's just 6 new songs on this one. His album Heavy came out last year in 2024, and it was actually one of my top albums of last year. So I'm really into this one, and this one was actually commented by one of you guys. So appreciate that for the suggestion. But yeah, I think people will like it. He's kind of a in between of, I'd say, like The Weeknd, Daniel Caesar kind of type, but in his own way. So I mean that's just kind of what he reminds me of. But he's a great singer. He's got a great voice, and he does it on some beautiful beats. So you guys should check it out. The next album that I listened to is More Chaos by Ken Carson. Now this album, it was ass. I did not like it at all. I'm not into rage music whatsoever. So these beats, they gave me a headache. I think every single song was pretty. I mean, they kind of sounded similar. I don't like to say that every song sounded the same, but they kind of did to me. So I'm not a fan of this one at all. I would not suggest it. I'm just putting it in the review because I listened to it, and it was a really hard listen to get to front to back. This is not chill at all, especially coming right off of Sir's album. This is not it. I would not recommend this one, but I know it's in the media and it's got some hype around it, but I don't see the talent in it at all. I don't see really anything good about it. So I'm sorry, Ken Carson fans, but I'm not one of you. I'm sorry. That was kind of harsh, but I just want to say I'm not going to come back to this album. It sounds thrown together and just kind of sloppy. So it's also really filled. I think it's a 20-track album, something like that. So no thanks for me. On a more refreshing note, I have the album Withered by David. Now, David is a great singer. He's a one of those up and coming artists. He's a young guy, and this album has, I think, 15 songs, not counting music videos and stuff like that. So I would recommend this one for sure. I think this is a perfect debut album for David. I think it captures his sound fully, and what he does in his music completely. I will say some of the songs kind of sound similar. They got the same kind of vibe, but like I said, this was one of them that I only listened to one time. So, I should probably go back to it. I think I might. So forgive me for anything harsh I say about it. But some song suggestions I have for this one would be Feel It. I know that one came out before as a single. Feel It, Say It Back, Friend Again, and Crashing with Kali Uchis. Those songs were pretty good. I added all of those. And which one was I think Friend Again? It kind of had it reminded me of Grenade by Bruno Mars for some reason. There was just one point with his vocals that it just kind of I don't know, it just kind of sparked Bruno Mars in my mind. So maybe that's why I added it. I don't know, but I really like this album. I think it's pretty good, and you guys should listen to it. The next album I want to go over is Casey and the artist Sign Crushes Motorist. I'm not familiar with them at all, but I do know Casey. It's called Saddest Truth. This album was very Kanye reminiscent with the beats, not the sound of their voice, but definitely with the beats. I heard Kanye influence all over it. And a song suggestion I have to put up is Bruised. I think this is a major put on, and you should listen to it right now. Honestly, you should pause the video, listen to the song, come back, and let me know what you think about it. But yeah, this is a good album. I love the beats on it. I'm a huge Kanye production fan. I love Kanye's production on his music, all the beats and everything, the 808s. So I love that all over this album, and just check it out if you're into it. The last album I have on my list here is Wiz Khalifa, Kush and Orange Juice 2. Now, I've never listened to a Wiz Khalifa album in full. I haven't listened to the first one of this album, but this, if it's anything like the sequel, it's got to be good because this is probably my favorite one on the list. I actually just got done listening to it, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I mean, this album would be perfect for a sesh if you get what I'm saying. I mean, it's in the title. But it has amazing beats all over it. It's got his great rapping ability that's underrated, honestly. I've only ever really known Wiz Khalifa as the black and yellow guy and kind of like a Snoop Dogg prototype. But I mean that's mean to say that of him because I mean he's his own dude. He's kind of a legend in like pop culture. I want to say legend, but he's up there. But yeah, it's got amazing beats all over it. Great rapping ability. There are some repeating hooks and choruses, which isn't bad, but I'm not too big of a fan of that. But I mean, if you throw it on in the background, it'd be perfect. So I would definitely suggest this album. I do want to point out that the features on this album were hit or miss. He had some great ones. He had Max B on there. He had Terrace Martin, which was really good. He's the guy with the saxophone and good production ability. Terrace Martin's all over Kendrick music and artists like that. But yeah, he's got Terrace Martin on there. He's got Max B, Juicy J. Those ones were good ones. And some other ones too. But there were some that I wasn't too much of a fan of. So it's hit or miss for the features. And also, I think the album was kind of long. It was 23 tracks, I think. So me personally, I like an album that's like 12 to 16 tracks. I like a short album. So, but a long album it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely filled, but I would suggest this to you guys because there's got to be at least a couple songs that you'll like. And I'll put up my suggestions now. One of them is What's Happening. I love his flow on this record. It's amazing. I mean, it's kind of repetitive, I'd say, but I mean, I just love flow in rap music, really. So that's a key point on that one. And then also Max B interlude was really good. You guys should give these songs a listen at the very least. Saving the best for last here. It's a single, and it is the artist Redville with Square One. Now, I love Redville. I've been a fan of him since 2022. I'm an OG, I will say. I found him randomly one day in high school, and I was like, this kid is definitely next up. I found out he's my age, so that just kind of brought me even closer with him. And all his music I like. I went through his whole discography. I like all his albums, all his singles, and everything. So it's a big put on, and he'll definitely be in some sort of video I have of biggest put ons or next up rappers or something like that. He'll be in there. He'll probably be the first one I name. But Redville, know the name, remember him, and check out this song Square One. It's so good. If you like Kanye production, if you like Tyler the Creator production, I'd say more Tyler production, then you should check out this song. And he's got a great rapping ability, and he's only going to get better. So please check him out. I cannot stress it enough. All right, everyone, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment. Let me know if I missed anything for April. But May's coming up next. There's already some good albums out, and I am kind of late on this video. This is going to come out within the next couple days, but we are about a week into May here, so we'll see what else comes out and any surprise drops or anything. But I two things I want to point out before I go here. Yes, I listen to Apple Music, so sorry about it. I hope most things can be put onto that streaming platform and not just Spotify. And yes, I do like to hold this little mic. I know I can clip it on my shirt, but I like to hold it because I like to move my hands around. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever. I don't know. You do you. Peace.